most people don't actually understand what discipline is. They think discipline is about being tough, about forcing yourself to suffer more than everyone else, about waking up motivated and doing things you hate every single day. But that's not discipline. That's just suffering, and most of the time, it's unnecessary. Here's what most people miss. Discipline isn't about willpower or toughness, and it's definitely not something you're born with. It's not in your DNA, it's in your design. It's about making good choices easier than bad ones. It's about setting up your life so the right actions happen by default, not by force. Discipline isn't a personality trait, it's a system. And because most people don't understand this, they reach the wrong conclusion. They try to be disciplined, fall off track, and decide, maybe I'm just not the disciplined type. But the truth is, they never built the systems that make discipline possible. Once you understand that your environment, routines, and daily setup can be designed to support you, discipline stops feeling like a constant battle. In this video, I'm not going to tell you to push harder or want it more. I'll show you 5 strategies to build discipline that doesn't depend on motivation. Discipline that feels calm, repeatable, and realistic, even on bad days. Strategy 1. Design your discipline. A common misunderstanding about discipline is thinking you either have it or you don't. People see someone who eats well or stays consistent and assume they have more willpower or self-control. But most of your daily behavior isn't decided by motivation. It's decided by what's around you. Your environment is making choices for you long before you consciously think about them. If junk food is easily available in your house, eating unhealthy becomes the default. If your phone is the first thing you see in the morning, scrolling becomes automatic. If your workout clothes are out of sight, working out feels harder than it needs to be. This is why trying to be more disciplined often fails. You're fighting an environment that's designed to pull you in the opposite direction. Disciplined people don't spend their day resisting temptation. They remove it. They set things up so good habits are easy and bad habits require effort. When you do this consistently, good choices stop feeling like a fight, and bad choices start feeling inconvenient. And over time, your brain naturally starts saying no to things that used to feel tempting, not because of willpower, but because you've changed the default. Strategy 2. Start small, stay consistent. This is often where discipline quietly breaks down. People try to change everything at once, working out daily, eating perfectly, fixing all their habits overnight. For a few days, it feels great. Then real life shows up. They get tired, they miss a day, and suddenly the whole plan feels too heavy to continue. Discipline isn't built through intensity, it's built through actions small enough to repeat. When something feels overwhelming or punishing, your brain avoids it. Even if you know it's good for you, that's not failure. That's biology. Starting small isn't lowering your standards. It's choosing a strategy that works. 5 minutes of movement beats a workout you never do. 1 page beats a chapter you avoid. If a habit feels too hard to repeat tomorrow, it's not discipline, it's ego. Real discipline grows when you make the start easy and let consistency do the work. Strategy 3. Decide ahead of time. What slowly wears discipline down isn't effort, but constant decision-making. Every day, you spend energy asking what to do, what to eat, and when to work out. Each decision seems small, but together they drain your mental energy. By the time the day moves on, you're tired, not physically, but mentally. And discipline is usually the first thing to disappear. Disciplined people don't succeed because they think more. They succeed because they think less. They decide certain things once ahead of time and then follow the plan even on low energy days. This doesn't make life restrictive. It makes it lighter. When decisions are already made, you stop arguing with yourself and stop relying on motivation. Freedom doesn't come from endless options. It comes from removing unnecessary decisions. Strategy 4. Choose a better alternative. Willpower fails because constant resistance is exhausting. When everything turns into don't do this or stop doing that, fatigue eventually wins. That's why trying to quit habits overnight usually backfires. Instead of asking how to stop a habit, ask what you can do instead. Redirecting behavior works better than fighting it. Stretching for 5 minutes instead of skipping movement entirely, having fruit or yogurt instead of reaching for packaged snacks, or going to bed 10 minutes earlier instead of staying up scrolling may seem small, but they remove the feeling of deprivation. You don't kill habits, you outgrow them. When discipline stops feeling like denial and starts feeling like a better option, consistency becomes easier and the old habits slowly lose their grip. Strategy 5. Embrace boredom. Many people struggle with discipline because they're always chasing novelty. A new routine, a new workout, a new plan that feels exciting. For a while, excitement feels like progress, but it fades quickly. Real discipline usually looks boring. It's doing simple things the same way, over and over, and that's why it works. Boring routines don't rely on motivation, they rely on repetition. Most days, there will be at least one thing you don't feel like doing. That's normal. Disciplined people aren't different because they feel motivated. They're different because they don't let feelings decide their actions. Over time, this builds self-trust, the belief that when you make a plan, you'll follow through. Discipline doesn't just move you closer to your goals, it changes how you see yourself. You feel steadier, calmer, and more in control, not because life is exciting, but because you've learned to stay consistent even when it isn't. When you look at all 5 strategies together, the message is simple. Discipline isn't about pushing harder or chasing motivation. It's about designing your life, starting small, reducing decisions, replacing habits instead of fighting them, and allowing discipline to be boring. Because boring is what actually lasts. These ideas won't change your life overnight, but applied consistently, they change how you see yourself. You stop starting over, you stop doubting yourself, and you begin to trust that when you make a plan, you'll follow through. That's how real discipline is built, quietly, consistently, and over time. If you're thinking about where to start, choose just one of these and try it today. Let me know in the comments which one you're choosing and why. I read them and it helps others see what actually feels doable. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more. I post simple science-backed ways that make life a little easier.